Good evening, South Africa. Coming to you this time around from a very special Halloween underground press post. Very fortunate and very privileged to have the producers of Hell Trip, the guys that you would have seen at Comic-Con. You may have seen them at the Halloween Festival. These guys are on the map, and we're very fortunate to speak to Patrick and George. Tell us all about the inspiration between Hell Trip.
We wanted to make a movie that could grip the South African public, but as well as take it overseas. And
an international feel. Basically a combination of a whole bunch of things that we've always wanted to put together in terms of making a movie. Definitely horror was right up there. But there was a number of reasons for doing a horror as well.
Awesome. I mean, guys, I've read so much about this film already. The filming of it seems to be as much as a challenge as the title entails, Hell Trip. It seems you guys were filming in sweltering conditions in the heat of South Africa and obviously during the dry season. So that might have complicated things, right?
Oh, yeah. Everything you can imagine that could possibly go wrong. Extreme temperatures, our vehicles broke down. Making the movie was a real journey. I think it was one that we'll never forget, that's for sure.
Well, it's certainly one that has resonated thus far with audiences, judging from what we've seen at Comic-Con. So that was fun. You guys had the opportunity to be in the inaugural African Comic-Con. That's huge. That must have been something. Tell us about that experience.
Absolutely massive. We could not foresee such an amazing turn of events. I mean, we had 55,000 people attending Comic-Con over the 3 days, and the support for Hell Trip was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. We could not really accommodate for all the people. We didn't expect such a turnout. But the movie's been great. It's been well received both at Comic-Con and Horror Fest in Cape Town. So we're looking forward to getting it out there into the public eye and screening the film very soon.
Well, I can't wait. I'm one of the guys that unfortunately have not yet seen it. I've just been teased by the trailers and talking to everybody. So I'm one of those guys that's yelling out now, when do we get to see it, guys?
Well, hopefully very, very soon. Obviously, the idea now is to get it out there internationally, and obviously we're working on it locally as well in terms of getting it into theatres. But obviously the process is quite a lengthy one.
Yeah, correct. The film was obviously showcased now at AFM, the American Film Market, which, as you know, is one of the largest markets in the US, in the world as well. Billions are done there at the markets annually, and it's held in Santa Monica during the 31st of October to the 7th of November. And it's a massive market, and the key there is to obviously promote the film, get the film out there internationally, and then bring it home with a home run kind of thing.
Awesome. And tell me, the American guys, how did they take it thus far in terms of the interest? So are we going to see broad distribution?
The interest has been really high for this film. It's always great when it goes into a bit of a bidding war with distribution and sales. So we're happy with this performance.
I'm loving the South African flag being flown very high here, guys. Obviously, from filming locally in Magubas Kloof areas and obviously being a South African-inspired film, the guys coming to the country here and having some tough times that I want to give much away. Guys out there, go and check out the trailer. And to that end, very nice that you guys are flying this flag high. Are you finding more and more interest for South African product overseas?
No, yes, definitely. I think, it's a big eye-opener for a lot of people to realize that there's very good quality, not just in terms of locations, but also in terms of talent and crew. I think this was a big eye-opener for a lot of people. A lot of people initially thought it was an international production in terms of, from the cast right through to, obviously the directing and obviously to a lot of the location settings too. So I think it was a big eye-opener. A lot of people are quite impressed in terms of the quality that can actually come out of this country.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, cinematography was key. Actors, obviously, and a really good story. I mean, we wanted to have a story with a bit of a twist. But, we weren't out to reinvent the wheel. We just wanted it to be good entertainment, and that's what it is. It's good entertainment for that hour and a half. Really, that's what film is about. It's about escapism and just going on this journey and entertaining,
And also, guys, I must be honest, it smacks that this can have the very, very nice kind of makings of a cult film. If I look at the the genre that you've kind of been in, right? I think some of the films with the most lasting power these days is really in the horror genre, right? So I mean, just looking at that mask, geez, guys, that scares the crap out of me, you know.
George and I sat there writing the script going, we are going to tell a story that we want to be iconic. We want to create an iconic villain in the likes and the veins of the greats, you know, John Carpenter and Wes Cravens of the world. We hope that this film will carry that flag for South Africa.
Yeah, hopefully, and create an iconic character that hopefully will be sequeled. But it was definitely something that was at the back of our minds from the beginning when we were working on this production.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when I look at that mask, guys, it's got that appeal that, you know, let's talk about Comic-Con 219. You know, I can see the crowd cosplay with this mask on, and people will kind of know, you know, it's just like the Scream mask became very, very familiar, right? I think it's one of those things that it's got the right amount of everything. You know, it's iconic, and I think it talks right up there to the kind of genre and audience that just really carry this very much to an iconic film. Like you say, number 2 and number 3, and it comes with the entire sort of, you know, franchise around it, really.
That's right.
And that's great. I'm loving to see that guys in our country are starting to think that route. You know, it's very important. And yeah, I mean, local attendances, I think, is also from a perspective people are starting to really be proud of our local film. You know, it's there's nothing not to be proud of. Gosh, we got some amazing stuff, right?
Completely agree, yes, definitely.
So to that end, I don't want to preempt, but certainly, you know, I would hope when you guys were busy kind of writing the screenplay and you kind of were thinking about the script, I assume in the back of your mind you kind of already have like a sort of a number 2 or a number 3 kind of hoping, you know, sort of.
If audiences stick around for the end credits, there's definitely a little something for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, we absolutely.
Without giving away anything yet.
Never close that door. Never close that door. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Guys, looking online, you know, it's been amazing for me already, and I like to see the kind of social chat and commentary online. There's some really, really positive discussions going about in terms of this movie. So that's always awesome to have that before a film's even released, right? So it just adds to that expectation. Was this very much intentional, or you kind of just, that's the way it panned out?
You know what? We wanted to make a movie that felt real. You know, we used to the Hollywood way of things, but at the same time, we wanted to make a movie that had some kind of authentic flavor to it, and this film somehow has that, and it has a bit of that 80s quality to it.
That 80s horror kind of feel, which we really wanted to bring back, which we felt a lot of the more recent productions don't seem to have that anymore. It tends to be a little bit more about just like slasher kind of movies. We felt, we want to have something a bit better.
You know, it wasn't about shock scare only factor. Yeah. It was about, you know, the very real possibility of what happens if a group of American tourists arrived in Africa and these horrible things happen to them. You know, these kind of stories happen all over Europe and all over the world. So, you know, we thought let's kind of captivate that authentic flavor to this film.
Guys, I must say, after Ellie's movie and those kind of things, exactly, I don't think I would ever be in a backpacker or a hostel in Europe. So I'm almost hearing the tourism guys going, what the hell did you do? You just scared the crap out of all the Americans, right? So, yeah, we might have a backlash in that regard. But hey, there's never such a thing as bad publicity for a movie. Never. So,
if anything, we've had people say, you know, where was the shot? We want to go there. We want to go on holiday there. Yeah. So it's been good.
You absolutely nailed it. You know, like Maguba's Kloof is one of the areas I've always found in our country is so underrated. It's like forestry. It's thick. I mean, you get some mango monkeys there. You don't get anywhere else. It feels like you're in the middle of the rainforest. So I don't think you guys could have picked a better location, right? It's beautiful.
Thank you.
You talked very rightfully around the cast, which is amazing. I mean, you guys racked up a stellar cast. No wonder people think it's an American film. But I mean, how did you entice this lot of people? Because it's really a grade A cast.
Well, can I say something? I must be honest with you. My hat off to a lot of the cast. They really believed in the project from the beginning. And it was almost like they wanted to be part of it from the beginning. They read a bit of the script.
On an audition basis, and we had about 3,000 submissions. And from that, we cut it down to about 150 people. And we really got the creme de la creme of some of the best talent out there. So, and some of these people we've gone on to work with on our other movies as well. So some other films lined up for the future.
No, I actually read one of them, which I'm very intrigued about, the 3D animation sci-fi Body Defenders. I saw some of the guys are in there, exactly.
Yes.
So that's seeming to wrap up, and an interest around that seems very interesting. When do you guys think that's going to kind of hit the kind of scene, right?
Well, I mean, we shot Lost Sacrament here at the beginning of January, so that's in post-production. We've got a new one lined up now for the beginning of January called The Construct, which is a sci-fi thriller. And then, of course, Body Defenders, the one you're talking about, that's taken us the longest, obviously, because it's a big, massive undertaking. Something that would normally take 500-plus animators to work on. We're doing it with a handful of people. So that film, will probably still take us another year or so before we're finished. But you can expect big things from that as well.
Wowzers. You guys are on a roll, absolutely, on a roll. Respect. Well, to that end, I must say, I'm very much looking forward to the movie. I can't wait to see it. Like I said, from what I've heard, from what I've seen, production looks top-notch. The storyline looks awesome. It's got all the right makings for a superb film. And I look forward to seeing you guys, getting this all over the world. And, as we said, keep flying that flag high. And thank you for the opportunity to chat to us tonight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Good stuff. All right. For you guys out there, go check out the website. Go check out the Facebook page. Go check out the movie. And, of course, stay right at the end when those credits are finished rolling, because there's a little surprise we've heard about tonight. And then, go and make sure you see this movie. Thank you, guys. Have a good evening. Cheers.
Have a good evening. Bye.